I need to set that to turn that screen off a little bit faster so it doesn't burn through batteries. I don't know how long the screen is left on, but it'll turn off eventually. Doof, doof, doof. Squirrel. Alright, so it's going to be hurricanes, deer, and blockhead moto. And and we'll talk about the 360 camera as well. Alright, welcome back to Spaz on Wheels. Today's video is going to explain why my latest video took a while, like the one I'm recording right now. And also, hi, there's an Insta360 in front of me. I don't know if it's going to look good or not. But we'll find out, and I'm recording my audio from the Cardo to that, and we'll mix in a little bit of audio off this, and maybe someday, and this truck hopefully won't hit me. Woo, scary. Alright, yeah, so in this video, we're going to talk about hurricanes, deer, and Blockhead Garage. And I think that's it, really. I mean, lots of things have happened in the last week and a half, but we'll cover a few things. So let's start off with hurricanes. So one of the challenges living on the road with a fifth wheel toy hauler and having destinations in, I don't know, the Carolinas, is the fact that at least North Carolina, we're not going there. We weren't planning on going there. We're going to South Carolina. But even so, our campground that we're going to go to is opening up 2 days before we get there. So there's a risk. There's a risk there that maybe they got taken out, and we would have had to start working on other accommodations for where we're going to stay. So, but we're lucky they're there. We're going to go, but I was going to take my wife to go see Asheville, and Asheville is messed up. I've seen a lot of videos out of there. I feel really bad for all the people there. I hope everybody's getting the help they need. I know there's lots of politics crud going on right now, and there should be none of that. We should be taking care of our own people. That's my personal opinion. That's we're all taxpayers. Well, not all of us. Some people are here not paying taxes and just living here somehow. But besides that, I mean, I'm a taxpayer. I want the taxpayers' money to go help those people out because they need it right now. And that's what that's where government should step in and help out. So, but man, devastation. I feel for all the people that have lost their lives, the families that have lost loved ones or lost all their belongings and are going to have to rebuild from scratch. Just horrible. So, but that's the effect it had on us. We were parked in Alabama, so we really just got like some rain. That's it, nothing major. We had no major thunderstorms or tornadoes or anything come through here. So, but we are going to be going to Carolina for 3 weeks on the north side, 3 weeks on the south side. And after that, we're going to head down to Florida for a week. And that's where I'll talk a little bit later about Blockhead Garage and some of the stuff I'm doing to the bike in about a month and a half-ish. So I've already got things arranged. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But then this last weekend, my wife and I were riding back. I played a dart tournament, and we were on our way back on some of these back roads here in Alabama, and a very young deer ran into the side of the motorcycle while we're doing about 45, and ran into Bubbles, hit her right in the leg. She's got a bruise on the inside of her leg, and her boots did a little bit of paint damage to the side cover and the top of the bags. Nothing major. I mean, I luckily I kept the bike up. We didn't go down. Could have been way worse. That deer would have been a little bit later. Would have hit my saddlebag. Probably destroyed it on that side of the bike. It came off the side over here on a back road coming into what would be Curry Highway near Curry, the town of Curry, Alabama, and it jumped right into us. I went back. There's no body there, so I'm assuming that deer actually survived and just bounced off, which is good. And my wife can walk on her leg. She's riding on the back right now. We're going to a bike night, so she's feeling better today, but it was pretty sore for the last couple days. Still sore, but not as bad, so she felt good enough to jump on the bike and take a ride over. So we're on about a 33 more minute ride over to what'll be bike night at Crawfish Warehouse in Jasper, Alabama. They have theirs on a Tuesday night, so this is after work. We're gonna get some food, We're gonna listen to some live music that they're gonna have there, and then we'll ride back home and hopefully see no more four-legged animals of any kind. So, interestingly, and I wish I would have cameras going on the way on the next day, because the next day I rode out and I sort of went that way, and I went and I think I went to a dart tournament that day. I think it was a dart tournament. Yeah, it was. That was. And the day after everything, and ended up having a bunch of turkeys run out in front of me, a chihuahua run across the road in front of me. I'm like, all the animals are out to get me. So this is a dangerous activity. I mean, in a car, you can hit them. Yes, you're going to damage your vehicle, but more than likely, you're not going to end up with road rash or potentially even worse. So, very lucky. So, thankful that my wife's okay, and thankful that, you know, even the deer's okay in this case. It was a young one. Hadn't had much of a life yet. But, yeah, I mean, we're super lucky. I mean, it shook the bike pretty good, but I saw the deer coming, so I sort of leaned into it a little bit, I think, but either way, I kept the bike up. I even kept it in my lane, technically, so I think we'd been fine if there was oncoming traffic in that case. We stopped at a gas station. I took my wife's boot off, checked her foot for a little bit, because that's all we had to do, something to look at at least. But, yeah, so that's the deer story for the day. That's part of the eventfulness. And that deer incident happened after I just spent almost $4,000 on parts for the bike. So if I would have went down and I have no bike to put the parts on, I would have just bought a bunch of parts and been on the hook for a service call with Blockhead Garage to get a cam and the Blockhead exhaust put on this broken. So we are going to do that in 7 weeks-ish, about, I guess, six-ish weeks, 6.5 weeks-ish. I'm going to go down there, I'm going to drive over and drop the bike off for the week, which is sort of sad because I won't have my bike, but also exciting because we're going to have a Star 3030 cam installed. We are going to get a tune done on it, and then that's the main stuff I'm getting done. This is the stage 1 because it's the special. So I'm not changing out intake or anything like that. We are going to a 2-to-1 exhaust. It's the Blockhead Moto. I think it's called a pie cut turnout. Is the end I'm having done on it, and I'm doing the Blockhead badge because I like the badge idea, the actual welded on one. So, and then I'll have other things I want to do to the rear end of the bike because having the special, you have the drag bags, and I think it'll look a little weird for a while, but that's alright. I want to have the cam done. I want to get the exhaust done all at the same time. And I don't have enough money to do all the extra parts. So there's lots of debates. Do I do cosmetics, or do I spend more money on performance? I would like performance personally first, and then I'll do the styling. So otherwise, I could have bought the FXR P fairing or FXR fairing, the ST fairing from Advan Black, and installed that, but it wasn't on the docket, you know. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but got some football going on over there. And I'm probably going a little hot. I think it's only 25 here. Oops, my bad. So, yeah. So, quite a few little things going on here and there. Cap falling off what? Oh, is it? Oh, the exhaust is falling off. Alright. Let me pull in. And we'll figure this out. Oh, alright, hang on. I'm just gonna go up here. We'll figure this out. So Bubbles is saying my end cap is loose. Oh, then I'm not gonna be able to fix it then. I don't know where I'll have to find I'll have to take a bolt out. We'll have to find some type of replacement temporarily. Wonder how that. Yeah, it just vibrated out. I mean, I don't want that falling off going down the road, but as long as those other ones are tight. There's only one on the bottom, and it's loose. Get the toolkit out, it's an Allen wrench. Whew. Well, alright, more excitement for the day. Missing a bolt. Gonna have to go do some hardware shopping. So, never a dull moment with motorcycles. Wonder if that happened when we did our jump the other day. Yeah, don't ask YouTube. Why would you jump a Harley? It was an accident. Why did it happen? Because I don't know the road. And I was in the wrong lane. Off a light, I turned left, and I turned way too early, apparently, in the dark. And then I saw the turn lanes in the middle, and they were raised, and I rode over them with the bike. At speed, too, like 50-something miles an hour. So that's fun. That was a pretty good little bounce up and down. Alright, well, where was I? Oh, Blockhead Moto Garage. So, let me tell you about customer service. Because this is all pre getting the parts installed. I just want to talk about my experience, because, and I will tell you right now, this is all going to be thumbs up. I'm just going to do thumbs up right now, because it's all thumbs up. So I may email them, man, I think it was on a Sunday, I think I emailed them. I think I emailed them on a Sunday and said, hey, I'm looking to do a cam, and I want to do your exhaust, here's what I'd like to do. And then I got an email pretty early in the morning on the next day, saying, "Hey, we've got a special going on with an S&S cam, and it would, you know, what's your budget?" They asked, and then I'm like, "Well, here's what my budget is," and they sent me over a quote, which the cam I specifically said, and then they had a bunch of list of other parts that I didn't even thought of, because I've heard other people just dropping in the cam and all that kind of stuff, and I knew it was going to cost for the tune and all that kind of stuff. I get that. And I you know, the lifters, you basically gotta, unless you really want to do a full assembly, you're gonna redo those anyways. So you might as well get rid of them and put adjustable ones in. So some of that stuff, but like, they took into consideration how many miles I have on the bike, and they came back with a quote, which was definitely more than I had sort of anticipated fully with the service and everything else. But it was fully justified, so there's nothing wrong with that. And they also came back with another option. Hey, if you wanted to do this, there'd be a difference in cost to keep your black parts, but if you went chrome, you could do this. We have a special right now with this package with this cam. And so they gave me an option that would have fit in budget, no problem, including the service fees and everything else. But then they also gave me the other one. Well, I went with my option, so I'm going to do the Star 3030 cam still, and I'm going to do all the upgrades they wanted me to do. There's two that I still can debate up till the day of, and that's doing the upgraded throttle body, and then there's a cover as well that they recommend replacing, so that it gives a little bit more room. So so that's on the docket as well. That might be extra parts I decide to buy, and they say they usually have those in stock because it's something they keep on hand at all times. So anyways, so I called Justin. I had talked to Justin. So if you guys know Blockhead and his channel, Justin's in some of the videos as well. Chris is their master mechanic. He's the one that, you know, does majority, I believe majority, if not all of the work. And then of course there's John Block, who's Blockhead, and of course they started up their garage and have that going. And I've you know, been impressed by watching all the stuff they're doing, the parts they're coming out with. I need them to come up with a carbon fiber version of that of an ST style fairing. That would be awesome. That I can plop on this bike. Maybe I'll talk to them when I get there about that and say, hey, got an idea for you. Let's make a carbon fiber version of this. But if not, Advan Black's the way I'm going to go. But we're, you know, this is the start of the build of the bike, where we're actually going to put performance in, and we're going to start performance parts and start building up the bike a little bit on the performance side. And then I'm going to work towards, you know, suspension, and then chop bags, probably the whole rear end actually, because again, the special has the longer rear fender and all that kind of stuff. But I have to say, you know, I've been to a lot of Harley dealerships over the years, and I've worked with a lot of my wife's worked at different motorcycle shops as well, so we've had good relationships with them. I still want to say this is the best experience I've had so far ever at the pre-sale, like pre-sale through the initial sale of the parts. I can't talk about the service, haven't had it done yet. I'll give that its stars rating later on, but if I'm giving this a 1 out of 5 star rating, this is this has been a 5. Like, I've never had somebody that responsive ever. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 emails back and forth, a couple phone calls, and then I took the effort because I know, you know, it's easy for people to complain, and we don't give props enough when people do a good job, or even in like what you'd expect. And reality is, you know, I expect really low because of some dealerships I've dealt with and trying to get stuff done. Like even oil changes are like sometimes a pain in the behind. But that was not the case. This was a 100% 5-star. So I called back and talked to Justin again. I said, hey, you know, I just I wanted to make sure that they got paid. I wanted to make sure the money went through because I had a fraud alert from my bank and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure we got it through. Then I wanted to make sure the process was flowing because some of the parts have to be ordered far enough in advance, like the exhaust and such, to make sure they have all the parts ready. Because I'm only in Florida for 1 week. I'm going to drop it off on a Monday and pick it up as soon as they're done with it. But I'm dropping that sucker off on a Monday. So rain, sleet, snow, hurricane, I'm dropping it off. I'm dropping it off. Oh, please no hurricanes. I can't take any hurricanes while I'm down there. But yeah, so that, I mean, it's just a great experience so far. I mean, I've never had that good of customer service from a lot of anywhere anymore. It's sad. And they're like, I mean, it's really, I guess technically there's 4, right? Because there's Amanda as well. So you got 4 people basically running the whole show. And I know, you know, I see a lot of bikes in their shop getting worked on through their videos and everything else. So I know they've got some form of being busy and having as much of a YouTube audience as he has. It's amazing that you get that type of customer service, and I don't believe that's ever been Justin's role. I know Justin does video editing for Blockhead and them, but I don't know if he's ever was really in that sort of front office dealing with service orders and that kind of stuff ever until now. Maybe he has. Maybe he has a background in that too. But so I called him and I gave him props and I said, hey, I just want to tell you. And he goes, you know, if you want to reach them, you know, we're not trying to, you know, I go, I know you guys, but that's sort of the experience I want to have everywhere. Like, yes, we're you know, they're a business, they have to make money. Nothing wrong with that. That's the way it should be. Make money. But if you can do customer service like that, you're going to make a ton more money, even if you're charging less, because you're going to get more people through that door. So, right out of the gate, if you want to engage with them, I highly recommend hit their forum up. They respond rather quickly, and they will even get on the phone and make sure they're telling you all the different options you have. And it was quick. I mean, I've waited days before for a Harley dealership to get back to me. So this was awesome. I just, again, props, Justin. Thank you very much. And hopefully, you know, Blockhead sees this. But I'm telling you, customer service primo right off the bat. Pre-sales all the way into the sale. So we'll see how everything works out once I get everything done. Hopefully I don't find anything wrong with my bike when it gets in there because of the weird crap that's happened this last week. But yeah, super fun. So I'm excited. My normal impatient brain says I want it done already, but you know, I'm not anywhere near Florida and no way the parts would be there. So, but I'm in a good spot, so can't wait for that. Because apparently I need exhaust because my tips on my XK, these are XK Chromes, just slip-ons on this right now, and one of the end caps lost one of its bolts. It's got 2 bolts that holds the tip on. That'll be the nice thing about the exhaust that's coming, that I'm getting as well, is it's all welded. I mean, the end pipe, of course, bolts on as always, but the whole, the tip and all that stuff is all part of one build. So, and we'll have a little bit more sound. Hopefully I won't disturb everybody in the campgrounds everywhere I go. But I'm pretty good about coming in quiet as I can. So, the other thing that happened this week is I got the Insta360 X4, the 360 cam on the front. So my audio is actually going from the Cardo to that, hopefully still. If not, this is going to be a voiceover because it's been running since we left, and once I got off the bike, I don't know if it stayed connected. So that's the hope. Hope it's still connected. But I'm shooting, so just for reference on this, and this will probably be my wrap for the video here, is I'm running this right now at 8K at 30 frames a second. I'm going to edit. It'll be my first edit. I've not edited any video I've done with this. I literally mounted it to the bike today for the first time. Charged it last night. Set it up the way I wanted to with high bit rate, all that kind of stuff to try to get the best quality. running the same color profile basically as I'm running on the one on my face, on the Ace Pro. And I'm trying to do audio to that because it's cool, because I can reach it right there where it's at. And I can make sure it's on and turn it on while I'm on the road. And then the only thing I got to do is some form of visual to sync the videos up between the camera on my face and the camera on the front of the bike. And I do have the invisible pole and stuff, but I'm not going to mess with that yet. But I want to just, this will be the first attempt, and I get to play around with some video editing and sort of have some fun. So wow, an eventful week, and I haven't shut my mouth all the way to curry. Other than, well, I guess I shut my mouth when I was trying to figure out how I was going to tighten up that bolt, but. So anyways, yeah, so I'll try to I'm going to get back to my regular scheduled program. So next week is a travel week. So if you stuck along this far, if you can do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, share my videos, you know, share them to all your family members. Help me gain some subscribers. And definitely leave comments, like if you have questions, like any questions at all about what I'm doing, I can give you, I may even put it, maybe I'll put in the description all the parts I'm putting on. I'll do that. I'll put all the parts on, and I'll put the optional ones I might be putting on in the description of this video. So if you look there, if you have any questions, let me know. But this is going to be my first motor work done on this bike. Other than that, this is Spaz. Get yourself on two wheels and hit the road. Life's way too short, and a deer can jump out at you anywhere. True story.